I've always thought of myself as someone who could take a hit, you know. Life throws things at you, you get knocked down, you dust yourself off and carry on. That's what we do here, isn't it? Stiff upper lip and all that. But what happened last summer? Well, that broke me in a way I didn't even realize was possible. The call. It was a Thursday evening, 17th of June. Rain tapping against the kitchen window, the smell of toast still hanging in the air. I just got in from work, kicked off my shoes, and was halfway through making a cup of tea when my phone buzzed. It was my cousin Sam. Sam's a talker, loves a bit of gossip, always has something going on, but he never calls without a reason. I answered with my usual. "All right, troublemaker. You've been quiet. Either you're plotting something or you're in trouble." Silence, not the good kind. The kind that makes you pause mid-sentence. Then, hesitantly, are you going to Dan's wedding tomorrow?" I laughed. "What? Dan's not getting married?" Yeah, he is. Big do. Church service, reception, the whole lot. Everyone's invited. Everyone but well." I thought he was winding me up. We had this running joke for years where he'd try to convince me of something ridiculous, see how long it took for me to twig. But then he sent me a screenshot from Facebook. One of Dan's mates had posted. "Can't wait to celebrate Dan and Sophie tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day." There it was. Tomorrow. No phone call, no text, no "hey, by the way, I'm marrying Sophie." Nothing. The truth hits. My first reaction was disbelief. Not anger, not sadness, just disbelief. My own brother, who I'd helped move into his first flat, who I'd lent money to when he couldn't make rent, hadn't even told me he was getting married. I rang Mum. She answered on the third ring, sounding chipper. "Hello, love. Everything all right?" "Mum, is Dan getting married tomorrow?" Silence. Then lightly. "Oh, well, yes, but it's just a small thing. We didn't think you'd want to travel all that way for it." All that way was a 2-hour drive. "You didn't think I'd want to be there when my brother gets married." It's complicated, love. Old wounds. Thing is, it wasn't the first time. Mum had done this before, twice. My older brother's wedding. I found out from a neighbor. My sister's engagement. Saw it on Facebook. She'd always had this way of deciding which parts of the family mattered and which didn't. I'd learned to swallow it, tell myself it wasn't worth the fight. But this time, it was Dan. Dan, who used to share a bedroom with me as kids. Dan, who nicked my Walkman when we were 12. Dan, who hugged me the day Dad left. The confrontation. I didn't sleep that night. By morning, I'd decided I had to see him. Not to ruin his day, not to cause a scene, just to understand. I drove down to Mum's. She opened the door looking like she'd been expecting me, arms folded. "Don't start, love. It's Dan's day tomorrow." "That's exactly why I'm here. I just want to talk to him." She sighed, stepped aside, and let me in. Dan was in the kitchen, ironing a shirt. He froze when he saw me. "Oh, hey." "Don't hey me. You're getting married tomorrow and you didn't think to tell me." "It's not like that." "Then what's it like, Dan? Enlighten me." He looked guilty, but also defensive. "Sophie thought it'd be less drama if we kept it small. You've not exactly been close with her." I stared at him. "Less drama? Dan, I'm your sister. We grew up together, we've been through everything together, and you couldn't even send me a text." Breaking point. He didn't answer. And that silence, that cowardly, heavy silence, told me everything. It wasn't just Sophie. It wasn't just Mum. He'd chosen to cut me out. I felt this heat rise in my chest. Not the kind you get from anger, but the kind you get from realizing you've been disposable. I put my car keys on the counter. "You know what? I can't do this, Dan. I can't stand there tomorrow pretending I'm happy for you when you've made it clear I'm not part of your life." Mum's voice shot across the room. "Don't make this about you." I turned to her, tears in my eyes. "It's never been about me, has it?" And I walked out. The aftermath. I didn't go to the wedding. Spent the day in my flat, curtains drawn, phone buzzing with messages I didn't answer. A few relatives called me selfish. A few sent quiet texts saying they understood. Dan hasn't really spoken to me since. We exchanged the odd, awkward message at Christmas. Mum still pretends nothing happened. But here's the thing, that day taught me something. Sometimes family isn't about blood. Sometimes it's about the people who actually choose to have you in their lives. And as much as it hurt, I'd rather know where I stand than keep pretending. That's the story. The day before my brother's wedding, I said, I can't. And I meant it.